Good morning, students. Today I will discuss about the laws of photoelectric emission. There are four different laws related to photoelectric emission. The first law states that for the emission of photoelectron means the free electrons that are emitted in the process of photoelectric effect. For the emission of photoelectron, the frequency must be greater than that of the threshold frequency. Frequency must be greater than that of the threshold frequency because according to the definition of threshold frequency, it is the minimum frequency below which no photoelectrons are emitted. Second law, the number of photoelectrons emitted is directly proportional to the intensity. Means if the emitted photoelectron increases, then the intensity of the incident radiation also increases. Third property, the kinetic energy of the photoelectrons increases with the increase in the frequency. The frequency of the incident radiation increases, then its kinetic energy also increases. Fourth law or fourth bit is that there is no time lag between the incidence and radiation. Incidence and radiation. No time gap or time lag. No time loss. As well as it incident, suddenly it will radiate from the surface of. These are the four different laws of photoelectric emission which are related with the photoelectric. First law, the frequency must be greater than that of the threshold frequency. Second, emitted photoelectron directly proportional to the intensity means the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity. Third, the kinetic energy increases with the increase of the frequency. Fourth, there is no time lag between the incidence and the radiation. Then Einstein's photoelectric equation. Generally, Einstein's photoelectric equation, it is based on the Planck's quantum theory. What is Planck's quantum theory? Planck's quantum theory states that light comes from the source in the form of small packets. Each small packet is known as quanta or photon, having energy h into frequency, Planck's constant into frequency of the incident radiation. Then, in the Einstein's photoelectric equation also based on the Planck's quantum theory. Generally, the energy given to the photoelectron is divided into two parts. Let this is a metal. When light is incident on the metal surface, then light has some energy that is h into frequency mu. This energy is divided into two parts. First, for radiation, for emission of the photoelectron. Second part, for obtaining the kinetic energy, for motion of the photoelectron. For emission of the photoelectron, the minimum amount of energy required, that is known as the work function, and that is denoted or given as W naught. That formula is h f mu naught, where mu naught is the threshold frequency and h is the Planck's constant. K max kinetic energy must be maximum kinetic energy, and that is given as half mv max square. Now, according to Einstein's photoelectric equation, or according to Einstein, he gave the idea that the energy given to the photoelectron is divided into two parts. For emission of photoelectron, for obtaining kinetic energy means the energy given is h into mu, that is given by Planck's quantum theory, is equal to, for emission of electron, that is W naught work function plus maximum K max, means kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy, or K max is equal to h mu into W naught But what is the value of W naught work function? That is h mu naught, I can write K max is equal to h mu into h mu naught. This is the required Einstein's photoelectric equation. This equation can be derived in the different forms. I can explain. Next form, the K max can be written as h mu minus h mu naught. K max is the maximum kinetic energy, whose formula is half mv max square equal to h taking common mu minus mu naught. But what is the value of mu? What is the relation between the wavelength and the frequency? Mu is equal to c by lambda. But mu naught or threshold frequency is equal to c by lambda naught. It is the threshold wavelength, maximum wavelength. Then half mv max square is equal to h c by lambda minus c by lambda naught. But 1 by lambda is the wave number. 1 by lambda is the wave number, or 1 by lambda naught is the threshold wave number. I can write half mv max square equal to, by taking common c, hc whole into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught, or half mv max square equal to hc whole into mu bar minus mu naught bar. This is the different forms of the Einstein photoelectric equation. If the Einstein photoelectric equation in the wave number form, you can write this. In the wavelength form, you can write this formula, and in the frequency form, you can write this formula. But generally, actually, Einstein photoelectric equation is derived from the Planck's quantum theory. Then the de Broglie wave concept, or dual nature, wave nature as well as particle nature. According to de Broglie, wave is always associated with matter, moving particle, known as the matter wave, whose wavelength is known as de Broglie wavelength, because it is examined by de Broglie. Then, according to Einstein's mass energy relationship, E is equal to mc square. But according to Planck's quantum theory, E is equal to h mu. Now by equating these two equations, E is equal to mc square, that is also energy associated with moving particle, and E is equal to h mu, that is also energy associated with the moving particle, whose wave nature. This wavelength, or the calculated wavelength from this equation, two equations, is known as the de Broglie wavelength. Now from equation 1 and equation 2, we will get from Einstein's mass energy relationship and Planck's quantum theory, h mu is equal to mc square, but mu is equal to c by lambda. Then I will put h c by lambda equal to mc square. This lambda is known as the de Broglie wavelength. C cancelled out, h by lambda equal to mc. But mc, mass into speed of light, that is the momentum of the light, means h by lambda is equal to, in place of mc I can write p, momentum of the particle. Means h by lambda equal to p, or lambda is equal to h by p. This is equation 3. This is the general formula of the de Broglie wave equation. Means de Broglie wave equation is the Planck's constant divided by momentum. Since momentum is related to kinetic energy in mechanics, P is equal to root over of 2 into mass into kinetic energy. Means P is equal to root over of 2 mk. Now in place of P I can write lambda is equal to h by root over of 2 mk, where k is the kinetic energy. This is equation, another form of de Broglie wave equation, wavelength. Since k is equal to electron volt form, in the form of electron volt, charge into potential, that is the work done. K is equal to electron, 1 electron into 1 volt is V. V is the potential difference then lambda is equal to h by 2m E into E. This is another form of de Broglie wavelength in the form of potential difference. This is in the form of kinetic energy, this is in the form of momentum, and this is in the form of potential. In form of also temperature can be write h by 2m kT. T is the temperature, absolute temperature. These are the different forms of de Broglie wavelength. You can put h is the Planck's constant, its value, and 2 is the constant, m is the mass of the electron, that is 9.1 into 10 minus 31 kg, and E 1.6 into 10 minus 19 coulomb. You can find out its value, de Broglie wavelength for electron. Here also 2 into m in the form of kinetic energy. By putting the value of h and m, you can calculate the de Broglie wavelength for also electron in the form of kinetic energy. Remember this derivation is important derivation for de Broglie wave equation. Whenever you have to find out, or whenever you are getting the de Broglie wave equation in the one definite format, either momentum or either kinetic energy or either potential difference, then follow these steps. Only first basic two things is that de Broglie wavelength, or to find the derive an expression for the de Broglie wave equation. One is your Einstein's mass energy relationship, and second is your Planck's quantum theory. These are the two basic things, basic equations.